Okay, so, I'm sorry. This is not going to be anything fancy. I'm not good at this whole editing video situation, but I am kind of meandering around the house. I've been on leave for about a month now. Actually, exactly a month. Today is exactly a month. I'll talk about that later. I'm better, much better. I think this is the first time in a very long time that I've actually felt good. Like I feel happy. And I don't really have any words to articulate specifically, what that feeling is, but if you know, you know. So I actually feel happy today, and I want to talk about just kind of some of the things that I've been learning on this journey of self discovery. And I've been on this road for a while, probably ever since 2019, when my life just took a serious turn for, I'm going to, at this point in life, say the better, right? Because I don't believe in happenstance, and I don't believe that things just happen to you because that's just, the universe. I don't believe in any of that because my life has taught me different, that everything that you go through in this life is preparing you for something. And I do believe, even with my extreme weight loss, everything I'm going through now financially, family, friends, all that, I know for certain that the Lord is preparing me for something. Now, what? I don't know. I'm just trying to be obedient. I wasn't obedient today. I gotta put that out there. So I had to pray and ask for forgiveness because I was supposed to get up and go to church and I did not. I even put my clothes out the night, yesterday, and I did not. And that is on me. I'm trying to be better. And when you lay around a lot, you just want to lay around a lot, because I've been spending this last month really just dumbing and not dumb in the, the traditional sense of what dumb means, but just kind of dumbing down my life, right? Just dumbing down my thoughts. I don't even like that word. Just, I'm taking a break from thinking, from problem solving, from, trying to solve every problem that I'm, that I'm encroached with. And because that's what I do every day. I solve other people's problems, and I'm always thinking, always. And it's exhausting. I will say that I haven't really stopped thinking, but from a stress perspective, I've kind of allowed myself to have fun with my thoughts. I'll talk about that later, another video maybe. But I wanted to just take this time and just come up, just talk about, a few things that I have learned on this journey of self-discovery. More specifically, I will say about what I've learned since I've become healthier. I was 265, my weight, in 2020. So I've been on this weight loss journey for over 2 years now. And again, if you've watched any past videos, I've been on Ozempic. I've not taken it in over a month. My appetite has come back, but not with a vengeance. I'm still trying to not lose weight. I don't want to lose any more weight. I am at 130. The last time I weighed myself was like a little over a week ago, and I think I was like at 137, 139. I don't want to be some skinny person I don't want that. I want to be healthy. I want to feel good. I want to, I just want to feel good in my own skin. And I've never really had that problem, I will be honest. Even at 265, I wasn't insecure necessarily, like outwardly. Like some people, you can see their insecurities. I don't think I was ever visually insecure, right? But I know there are a lot of things that I didn't like to do. So one of the things that I have learned on this journey is that getting healthy does something serious to your confidence. I will say that. You feel much more, I can't really think of the words right now. Excuse me, this medication I'm on has me not thinking as clearly as I have been in the past. But so I'm having to slow my thinking down. But my level of confidence is, I'll just give you an example. I don't have on any makeup right now. I'm not dressed. I've had on these are my kind of lounging around the house clothes. for like since yesterday. I put the, I took a shower, got dressed, and put this on. I get dressed to be in the house. Like I don't sit around in my night clothes, because I just don't like to. I like to have a, I don't know. I just don't like it. I think you need to get dressed. I don't care how often you're home. Even during the lockdown, I got dressed every day. And when I tell you I got dressed, I used to float around my house. Like I've worn some really nice schmucks and, long flowy things. So I like to feel good in my house. And I will say that the one reason I started doing that, very intentionally, mind you, because and this is a little self-serving, but I want to design myself in such a way that should the Lord ever bring my mate and I together, I don't want him to have to want me to be desirable, walking around the house. You know what I'm saying? I want to just already be that woman. So I, years ago, started just taking care of me personally with regard to kind of my lounge look. I don't know any other way to describe it. So I don't look crazy just lounging around my house. I might not put on makeup. I might keep my hair up. But I try to feel good about myself while I'm lounging around the house. Nobody sees me. Sometimes I've got online friends that we cam up every now and again, and yeah, they'll see me. But other than that, I'm in the house. I spend a lot of time alone. I tend to self-isolate, which is fine for me. I tell people all the time, I think I was built for a pandemic in the sense that it did not bother me not being able to connect with people. Now, granted, I tend to intentionally insert myself into environments when I want that outside energy. But because I'm such an empath and I'm a very, I am hyper aware of my empathetic capabilities and the levels that the levels of empathy that I have. So I have to be very, very careful about my external energy. So I'm very aware of that. So I don't, so when I want to be bothered with people, I intentionally insert myself into those situations. So one of the things, again, I've learned is that just the level of confidence I have since I've lost weight is pretty much off the charts, in the sense that, not arrogance, but I just feel better doing things like this. Not wearing makeup, not being all dressed up and dolled up. And I've got a lot of stuff. I want to talk about that too. And actually, you know what? I'll make that the thing I've learned number 2. The thing I've learned about losing a large amount of weight, and I will say 2 years is not a long time in all honesty. So, but I've lost it in a very healthy way. I wasn't those people that lost the weight drastically in a short amount of time, so I'm gaining it back. No, my Dr. Janelle Burst, Better Health, Greater Life. I love her to life. She monitors me, and I lost it very, with her help, and she just did a really good job, and I did a really good job on my end as a patient to make sure that I did what I was supposed to do while taking this medication. I just have to be honest. I was pre-diabetic, so I wasn't just taking it to lose weight. But it was becoming a problem. I gained a lot of weight over the COVID years, and the depression with my marriage breaking up, and then the depression with my son dying, passing away in 2022. It's been a lot. But again, I've been on this healthcare journey since, I've been on this healthcare journey since 2022, not 2020. I think I said that. So just for the last couple years. Like I said, this medication has me thinking very slow. So the second thing, again, that I've learned, I'm probably going to have to play this back. So the first thing is the level of confidence you have within yourself. It just increases exponentially. And number 2, you do acquire a lot of stuff when you have the means. And that's the problem I'm literally having right now. I'm going to start, and I've always been transparent. I'm somebody, I don't embarrass. Like there's not really anything that embarrasses me because I'm an accountable person. I do believe in accepting accountability for everything in my life. If you have a conversation with me about what went wrong in my marriage, I'm going to be very honest, I'm brutally honest about what role I played in the demise of my marriage. Okay, so I'm just very, very honest. And I'm very honest about, I don't lie. I just don't. I don't, because first of all, my memory sucks and I can't remember a lie, but I can remember the truth. So I tell the truth. I mean, good, bad, or different. It might be brutal even, but it is what it is. And the second thing, again, that I've learned is that your financial pockets will take a hit when you lose a lot of weight, especially if you have resources. I went on a bender when it came to clothes. I am a Fashion Nova queen. I gotta be honest, I love it because now my body can fit into things. I went from wearing a 2X 1820 to wearing, I don't really know what size I wear now, I gotta be honest, but I can wear a small. So it just depends on the style of clothes, I think. I think I might be my sister seems to think I'm a 10, and I don't think so. So eventually, I guess I'll care enough to get measured. But most of the clothes I buy from Fashion Nova are not numbers, they're sizes. So I've been buying mediums, but even my mediums, the ones that I have are loose fitting. Like, and then sometimes I'll get things from Rainbow. I've gotten things from Rainbow, and I can wear some of the smalls in Rainbow, but it's stretchy stuff, right? So it's a little, not really. So I bought a pair of jeans that I think were like a 13 or something from not Fashion Nova, but from Rainbow. So those have been my two stores that I had been shopping. I ain't done nothing lately because when I tell you I'm broke, I'm not broke. I'm between blessings. How about that? I'm going to increase your self-talk. I'm not broke. I am between blessings right now. And right now, my between blessings have me on lockdown. I got to be honest. I have no money. None. I've got some money coming in because I'm on leave, but it's not my whole check. So how I've been living, not how I can live while I'm on leave. I'm scheduled to go back to work in a month, and I might go back sooner because first of all, I can't afford it. I gotta just put that out there. I can't afford it, but I'm a little bit concerned, and this is where my faith comes in, that I probably will be performance managed once I get back to work. I have to be honest, because I wasn't doing the best job because it was stressful. My job is very, very stressful, to the point where I August the 8th, almost had a nervous breakdown, but instead ended up having several panic attacks while I was at work. I have never experienced that before in my life, okay? With the culmination of grief, work stress, and constantly having the fear of being terminated and having everything stripped away from you is a powerful feeling, and you feel helpless. I've been watching a lot of videos lately about that, about people who in the tech industry who were making far more money than I was making or had ever made, and they were just laid off because tech is not doing the best right now when it comes to employees, the industry, right? Because it's just saturated. And so a lot of layoffs have happened in the tech market at every company, not just my company, but the industry in general. Tech has just been saturated, and people are losing their jobs who were high earners. We're not just talking about, tier 1 associates or, who hourly jobs. We're talking about career professionals who no longer find themselves in a good position to be those kind of quality candidates that can get the high paying jobs. It's hard out here. I am just thankful that I serve a God where I look to him first. I look to the Lord first and foremost in all things. So the worry I have, it's here because I'm human a little bit, but I know in my soul, in my spirit, in everything within me as a Christian woman, that God is going to take care of it. He always has. I have been here before in not this mental space where my job is the reason that I'm not okay. But I have been in a place of financial distress in the past. When my ex-husband and I first split up, I had nothing. I was laid off from not laid off. I had to be suspended from my job for a time. And for about a good month and a half, I didn't have a paycheck coming in. They just suspended me without pay. And that was hard. And the Lord saw me through it. So I don't have anything really to complain about. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of people that just say they, worry about this stuff and they can't find any relief. The job market is awful. And they're literally contemplating unaliving themselves. And I'm not there. I'm not there. I had thought about that 11 years ago when my marriage was breaking up. Even then, I haven't had those thoughts since, except this past month, when I told my therapist that, not that I was thinking about, knocking myself off, but I don't think I cared whether or not I woke up. And today I feel happy. I feel like there is hope. I feel better. Okay, so I just need you to understand that dynamic. So thing number one that I'm learning is that your confidence is just through the roof. So, manage that. I can probably talk about that more in later videos. But in number two, your pockets are going to take a hit when you lose a large amount of weight. Be financially conscious, savvy, be disciplined in your spending. I am not. Let me be an example to those who think that they can just spend willy-nilly, and you can't. I wish I had learned this lesson early in life. I know some of my younger associates, they are so savvy when it comes to spending and finances, and my friends are too. I'm just not. I just didn't. That wasn't a gene I inherited, honestly. But now I'm getting it. My prayer at this point is, Lord, you know what? I know I've said this before, but I am at a place in my life now where when the trajectory changes because something detrimental has happened. August 8th, when I sat in that office and didn't care if something bad happened to me, again, not that I was thinking about doing it myself, but I just didn't care about anything. That was the turning point for me. I got to be honest. Being on this medication, I don't plan on being on it for years, but it's helping. I'm a little jittery, but and it's taken some time, right? Because before, when I first started taking it, I've been on it for, again, a little over a month. Today is a month, so I've been on it for a month. And for 4 weeks. And before, I was just feeling numb. I was telling my therapist, my psychiatrist, that I was just numb. Like I wasn't hopeless or hopeful. I felt nothing. And now, today, for the past couple of days, I have actually felt happy. I feel good. So, which matters. But again, thing one, increased levels of confidence. Thing two that I've learned, your financial pockets will take a hit. Be aware. And lastly, I've learned a lot, but I'm not going to make this video any longer than it needs to be. I'm like upstairs waiting for my clothes to finish washing. I've learned that, what else have I learned? That not everybody is rooting for you. And I didn't need to lose a large amount of weight to notice that, or to know that, honestly. It's just something I see now. Right? Not just because you are an encouragement to yourself and the circle that you're in doesn't mean that everybody's on your side. There's some people that are looking at you that want you to fail. Okay? And that says more about them than it ever will about me. Right? And again, I've not been approached by anything. There's nothing that has happened. I just see it. Right? It's something that I've seen, and I've recognized it more now, being a smaller version of myself than I ever did when I was 265. Because I think now when I'm seen in a certain way, some people might look at me as a threat. I'm not going to be very specific about that right now, but I see it. I see it. I sense it. I have a high degree of empathy. So I'm able to absorb other people's emotions, what they're going through at the moment. And I can feel people. Again, don't ask me specific questions about that. It is just something that I've always lived with and never really could articulate when I was younger. But I'm more than able and conscious now about what that means and how to kind of wield it. I'm still learning. Even at this big age, I am still learning. You should never stop learning. Maybe that's thing number 4 that I've been an educator forever, but I will say that maybe that's the 4th lesson that I'll just put out there. Never stop learning. You will never, if you stop learning, you stop growing. And if you stop growing, just just dig your grave now. Honestly, dig your grave, because this life is evolving. You are evolving. You are not just put here to do one thing and bounce. That's not how this life thing works. You were put here for a reason. You have a purpose in this life. Everything that you're doing is purposeful. Everything. No matter how banal, is that a word? Banal? I don't know. It sounded good. Look it up. Menial is the word I was looking for. No matter how menial or insignificant you might think what you're going through or dealing with or sharing with people is, you are touching something in somebody in some way, good, bad, or different, even if you don't intend to. Have you ever, and now this is just a good example and I'll kind of end it here. Have you ever been feeling really bad and you go to the store, and this is just my personal experience. You've been feeling really, really bad and you go to the store and you're in line and you're just having casual banter with the cashier, and you realize that what you're going through is what they would love to be going through. But their situation is far, far more dire than yours has ever or could ever be. Now, I don't do comparative suffering, but from a gratefulness perspective, baby, it does help you realize that you are one of the chosen. You are called out for a purpose, okay? And I know that I have a calling on my life. I knew it when my son was diagnosed with lissencephaly when I was 15 years old. I knew it when my second son was born, when he was in my womb, and I was driving one day and the Lord was speaking to my spirit and told me that this child was blessed beyond measure, that he will have gifts. And I know it now because God is just constantly showing me who he is and how he shows up in my life. I've got nothing without the Lord leading and guiding my every step. And on that note, I will sign off because it is warm up here. I can't afford to keep the air on. It's the little things, I'm telling you. When you don't have any money coming in like you have, you start thinking about downsizing everything. So that's where I'm at. So I've learned those 4 things, and I'm learning so much more. And I hope that you find this video to be helpful for you to know that and honestly, I'm just doing this as a testament, my testimony. So if my testimony can help somebody else, I've done my job. I've done one of the jobs that the Lord has put me here to do. Okay, so y'all be good. Remember, I be knowing stuff, but I be forgetting stuff. All right, y'all be easy. Love y'all.